Silence. Silence as the basis for the final dissolution. So this silence that I'm talking about is the certain amount of freedom that you have to resist, to remain untouched by the forces of nature, by the impelling forces of nature, to invest, to give importance, to act in the so-called world. You see, as you sit quiet, that which provokes this jerky movement of I have to do this, I have to do that. If you have conquered already a certain amount of freedom, if you have silence, which is the absence of restlessness, which is this power of these forces of nature to impel you, this is restlessness. If you have silence, if silence is there, then the intensity of these forces will be much less, but still they will not touch you. Not that much. And from here, this is the basis for final dissolution. This is from where everything starts to collapse in that body of silence. As you are in this, experiencing this, all these human needs, as you are carrying suffering, frustrations, pain inside of you, sadness, I will go to this later also. There's no silence. No silence. You see? Even the body, or especially the body, the physical one, it can stop, it has to move. Restlessness, it has to. Mind's always. Emotions are always arising, and it steadies and then goes up, then goes down, then steadies again and goes up. It has to change, or else no impact. No silence. Without this silence, a certain amount of silence, self-inquiry is not possible. Theoretically, everything is possible. And if you could really practice self-inquiry, it would be so intense that it would become unbearable. And I'm not saying this for you to stop your, or whatever you're calling self-inquiry. But understand this, without this level of silence, you're just a joke to nature. It's like, he thinks he is doing something, is freeing himself. Let's just push this button. Oh, I want to marry and have family. It comes the impelling force of nature. No, but I have to. No, but then intense suffering, excruciating pain. And finally, when it reached the highest peak needed for him, of course, here he goes again. He had no silence. Theoretically, he could conquer it in that moment. But that's just theoretically. And like I said previously, the majority of you is proving that theoretically means nothing. For some, it does. Silence equals stillness. Bodily stillness, emotional stillness, mental stillness. Not as something which is hold tight. You might have to use this level of force, but this is not silence yet. Silence is a stillness that becomes untouched by these forces of nature. You have dismissed already the worldly importance, worldly investments. Even if apparently you're in the middle of it, whatever that needs. And circumstances vary a lot, and they are the same. But you will be untouched. Surely, you will only be in the middle of big confusions only by divine demand. Not by your demand, because you have no interest in nothing of that. So, there are techniques and things that help you to release yourself from this restlessness. These forces that are impelling you to act. If you have no silence, and if you're going to these high philosophies as they are seen, then it's just an intellectual exercise, nothing else. So there's nothing to do. So why are you so busy with so many things? Are they real? No, but still you're engaging. No silence. Restlessness is always arising. Why? It's like you're in your house and you're hungry and there's nothing to eat in the house. You have to go out and get some food, or else the fires of the body will consume the body, will disappear, or before of that, majority will die, will not see this body being consumed. But that's another subject. Because it's not real, it cannot sustain itself without any food. Restlessness is like this. It needs constant food. Because it's not real. So if you know that things are not real, mentally, if you know this, you have to stand by what you know. In the beginning, you will have to assert silence. So this guy's blah, 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 blah. It's not real. Shh, silence. I have to. Shh, silence. Stillness. not moving 1 inch. And then comes the difficult part. Oh, but I need this so much, and the same silence has to be there. And as this is being done sincerely, intensely, turmoils will arise to liberate themselves. They are like a load, this restlessness. If restlessness doesn't get what it needs to sustain itself, it will start dissolving. First, you will see it like layers after layers, removing and disappearing. More silence will be there. More silence. As you get more silence, it will prepare for more restlessness to arise, more intense ones. It will become more intense, more intense, more intense, more intense, until but first you will have to assert this silence. If you're going with the flow, just observing and moving on, following and feeding these needs, giving importance to this, you're not doing anything yet. Absolutely nothing. If you're moving to spiritual places, but hidden intentions are there to find someone, to build a life and all of this, this is fine, there's no problem with this. But I'm talking about glory. I'm talking about truth. I'm talking about sacredness, magnificence, wholeness. I'm not talking of crumbs. And this is for the ones who are looking for who they are, for glory, for fullness. Not whatever. Everything will come to impel you to go back to the same. First, you will have to assert this silence. To question, and questioning means restlessness comes to impel you to act on whatever. Oh, I have to, let's see. Let's see means I will counter it and see what happens. I will affirm stillness, and you will face hell. You will see really the forces of nature coming at you. The universe rebelling against you, making you feel small, weak, dependent, and succumb to your pettiness, or to your supposed pettiness. Okay, and then my heart is telling me to. Yes, your heart. But this is a subject I will cover in a different video also. This heart of the seeker, but whatever. And stillness has to be affirmed. And as these movements come to, these jerky movements in the body or in the mind or in the emotions, they will be observed, dissolved in that stillness, that silence. It's like several people are coming with different things. Oh, take this, or take that, or take this, this. If your eyes are open, if your interest is there, you'll be, this. Restlessness. As you remain still, untouched by it, they will give up eventually. They will give up, they will let go of things, it will just collapse in front of you. And then you will see real nature of reality, of what you call reality now. First you will see this. Truth is not a salvation. Quest for truth is an adventure, fantastic one. Without silence, nothing else follows. See, there are a lot of techniques out there. People question what is best, what is different. This is secondary. The most important one is the motivations. Are you to improve the dream or for freedom? Or else it's like trying to get some milk out of a bowl. You see? And first you will try to grab the bowl and squeeze it to get some milk out, and he will knock you down. But eventually, with time and persistence, you will tame the bowl. You will hold it even by force, and you will squeeze him out. And you will may get something that may be similar to milk, and if you know nothing else, you may actually start believing that that is milk, and that is the taste of milk. It may have certain, but it isn't. And you will only know when you start milking a cow. Motivations make all the difference. At the service of the seeker of well-being, everything from what you call the lowest philosophy, the lowest technique, to the highest philosophy, the highest technique, everything is used as a distraction, as a sustainer of illusion. Interpretations, everything is as a sustainer of illusion. Into the seeker of truth, everything is liberating. And everything changes when it is in need. Guidance is there. There's no such thing as choosing. Oh, this is better, or should this be better? Let me investigate to know that. Nothing of this. There is stillness, affirming silence. Then guidance is there to direct. Direct as the real silence, well, real is too much, but okay, as the big silence, the basis for final dissolution, as this is not yet achieved, whatever. When this is there, then it becomes something else. Okay.